Natsumi Tsunoda was highly impressive in yesterday's under 48 kilo event at the Paris Judo Grand Slam. Here was a tomoe-nage almost immediately, winning by ippon. Next here is her second match. This one lasted a little bit longer. This opponent was clearly prepared to defend the tomoe-nage armbar onslaught that you'd expect from Natsumi Tsunoda. So she had to find some other ways to beat her. If you saw the video I put out a couple of days ago on the way judokas use their toes in surprising fashion, you will remember all of the scenes involving Natsumi Tsunoda and how she grips with her toes. So I was pretty impressed by the camera work in the gold medal match that's coming up later on in this video, where they actually caught a nice close-up on how Natsumi Tsunoda was able to use her toes on her way to victory in that gold medal match. One thing I notice in some of Natsumi's matches is sometimes a big smile appears on her face during the grip fighting. She's so comfortable with gripping. Here it is. Once you see that big smile, you know you're in trouble. And this was how she won the match. I think she was a Morote Seonage and scored with a Waza Ari. No, not a Morote Seonage. Now here's the semi-final. So this was really the main challenge for Natsumi in this tournament. Wakana Koga, who Natsumi defeated in the final of the 2021 World Championships. Because they don't compete very often, they're not the high seeds, but really this is the gold medal match right here, just taking place in the semi-final. I think these two ladies and Funa Tanaki are really the top three in this division now that Krasniqi's moved up to the 52 kilo category and looking quite good in that category too. So this match was pretty enjoyable. I was quite surprised by the official IJF commentary team that were complaining about the quality of this match. I thought this had some fun newaza moments, some good grip fighting, and some fairly aggressive throw attempts. Both of them are very good grip fighters. Koga is deceptively strong. Even Utarabe said that Koga's got really strong grips. In this video, I'll be showing the final with Natsumi Tsunoda after this. The final has some excellent camera angles. And after that, I'll show Wakana Koga's bronze medal match. That also has some really good camera angles in it. And then we'll have a look at the other matches of Wakana Koga in this tournament. Plus we'll have a look at the best submission, best turnovers, most interesting little scrambles from the under 48 kilo division yesterday. If you want to skip forward at any time in the video, I recommend checking out the chapter list for the Natsumi Tsunoda and Wakana Koga matches. I've done very little editing, because I assume some of the Japanese fans want to see more of their action. So this one was the finish. Yeah, this was the Seonage. So she actually scored with a Waza Ari. The ref didn't call it immediately. And the strange thing was that the bell rang and the match just continued. And the ref didn't stop it until Koga was able to power out of the Jujigatame attempt from Tsunoda. This was right at the end of the 4-minute period. So here's the final. Natsumi Tsunoda beat BAVUUDORJ of Mongolia, who I thought looked pretty impressive in this tournament. Great tomoe-nage there.
Tentative de chute émise
went
appréciée
in
par le
for
public, très
the
connaisseur ici.
Ujigatame.
Le passage au sol.
Almost ended up in Osaikomi, but the Mongolian was able to bridge through.
Ouais, chez
Mate
japonaise
was
pour
called.
Tsunoda. Et Wazari d'avance désormais pour la Nippone qui mène. Il
Accidental
reste
eye
2 minutes
poke there
50. Et là,
from Natsumi Tsunoda. The heads collided on this one here.
On sent qu'il y a de la patte
Ouais,
aussi, ces
So
yeux.
they're sort of even with
Dès que la
one bit of
japonaise
face
est
damage apiece at
arrivée
the end
sur
of
elle,
this
on a senti la
contest.
pression.
Here's
Oh,
another
deuxième fois.
Tsunoda Tomoanage attempt. Lovely
Toujours autant
cartwheel by
C'est pas très
BAVUUDORJ to
C'est important de le souligner.
remain on top.
Elle le fait vraiment très très bien.
Looks like there's going to be another
allez, une 40.
Tomoanage
Pour
coming
l'instant, la
up.
japonaise qui est un petit peu voilà,
Here it is.
sur
And
le
again,
reculoir et
she's
qui
able
profite
to
de l'avancée de son
survive it.
adversaire
That
pour
time
passer sous le
she
champ de gravité,
went
enchaîner au
over on
sol.
her head.
Et le travail va être engagé.
Tsunoda once
contrôler,
again
passer
having
ses
another
jambes,
opportunity to
allonger son
look for the
adversaire.
arm.
Ouh, ça part sur un étranglement. Avec les bras.
So right now
il y a
her
du travail.
right leg is, or her left leg is between the legs and it's just come out. So she's got a better chance of getting to that arm bar. It's just whether the ref is going to allow this to continue.
Voilà, on cherche à
BAVUUDORJ has a
enclencher,
fairly
toujours.
strong grip of her judogi. It's able to use that to stop the arm coming out. So here's the finish.
Même
So
tentative.
BAVUUDORJ had some very nice Tomoanages, which we'll have a look at later in this video. But her Tomoanage just didn't work against Natsumi Tsunoda. And at first, Natsumi transitioned to an udegatame attack from
Bien
inside
contrôler le haut pour pouvoir dégager.
an udegarami.
Alors,
And
tentative
after that
d'udegarami.
failed, we get to see how she uses her toes. So you remember I showed you the video a couple of days ago, how she used her toes to grip. Look at her left foot here, grabbing onto her opponent's heel, locking it, and immediately freeing the leg once she is able to grip onto it. There will be a couple of replays from different angles after this, and you'll be able to see it again in slow motion. There's that left foot at the bottom, just grabs onto the opponent's foot. Once she gets it, she's able to extend the opponent's leg a little and then immediately rip her leg from the opponent's half guard. So very impressive performance from Tsunoda in Paris. I was really surprised to hear one of the official commentators on the broadcast yesterday say that Tsunoda's never looked as good at 48 kilos as she did at 52 kilos. And she's won almost every match at 48 kilos. I think she's had about 21 wins and 2 losses on the IJF tour, and don't think she's had any losses in Japan at that weight. Here's the Koga Clement bronze medal match. So I believe Koga has submitted Clement once before. You've seen my previous video on Wakana Koga's strangling. You can see that one.
Et encore ce travail au newaza.
So this is the finish here. Koga was able to turn her, and she's able to get the underhook. Once she had that underhook, it looked pretty likely that she was going to be able to get that leg free. Could hear either the coach or one of her supporters, one of Clement's supporters, shouting, "Push, push." Pushing was going to get her out of that one. So overall, Koga yesterday was, I think, less impressive than she was last year at the 2021 Paris Grand Slam, where she picked up a gold medal. We'll have a look at her opening match here. This match was quite interesting in that her opponent did try and take it to her with some newaza. There were a few times yesterday where the Japanese women found themselves in trouble in newaza against foreign opponents, something you rarely see. I might do a video on Masako Doi. Let me know which division you're interested in me doing a video on. If I have time, I'd like to do one on all 3 of the divisions from yesterday, but I'm not sure I have time to do more than 1 or 2 more videos, so do leave a comment. So a nice little Ouchigari there by Wakana Koga. And pretty close to a score there. I think under last year's rules that could have possibly been called a waza-ari. So Koga generally was making more serious attacks in this match, but not a lot of them were so effective that they set up newaza or forced the ref into raising the hand sidewards or skywards, but this one was able to get the referee to stick his hand out sideways for a waza-ari. In her second match, however, she got on the board immediately. Nice little Ouchigari. Almost arrived in Ouchigari after that throw, but not quite. So this match continued and she was able to hold on for a waza-ari victory. There was an interesting incident later in the match where just as the ref called mate to issue a penalty to the girl in blue, Koga threw her with sayonage, and it was a scoring throw, but of course because the ref had called mate, it didn't end up on the board. So if you're more interested in seeing throws that did score and submissions and things like that, I'd recommend jumping to later in the video when you can see all of those.
Bon, d'accord, ok.
So here's a look at the almost a score saved by the ref in a way. So the Brazilian's avoiding the grip. So she transitions to Ippon Sayonage, throws with it, but the ref had just called mate, so it didn't score. She was still trying to get that awasete Ippon right until the end of the match. But I don't think she ever did land a second throw in this one.
Ah ouais, ça c'est bien fait ça.
Yeah, there's a Taniya Toshi attempt. I think the reason it didn't score was that Koga was able to direct her weight right on top of the opponent. An attempt to counter score, kind of like Sumio Toshi, that's probably not the correct term for it. The Brazilian girl did have a nice turnover in one of her earlier round matches. I've included that later in this video.
Exactement.
You can see how she uses a Huizinga roll and fails to get the Ippon, but gets waza-ari with Osaikomi. So here's the best submission of the day. This is Clement, who you saw in the bronze medal match, losing to Wakana Koga. So I'm not exactly sure what the technical term for this one is. Is it a Furieri Jime? Would it be called a Sankaku Jime because of the positioning of the legs? Or is it Katate Jime? Please leave a comment. And here's the best comeback from BAVUUDORJ, who we saw losing to Natsumi Tsunoda in the final. She got thrown for waza-ari, but she didn't give up and she was able to pull off a nice surprise comeback. Beautiful Yoko Tomoe Nage. So that left things at one waza-ari apiece. There's still work to do in golden score. And this time, Yoko Tomoe Nage
Après, faut mettre un judo
We have another nice tomoe-nage in the match with the Korean in the first round, but haven't included that one in this video. So here's Pont of France, little quarter Nelson style turnover into osai komi. If you're wondering where the best turnover of the day was, it's the bronze medal match with Wakana Koga and her turnover of Clement.
Sur le circuit.
So here's a fun little scramble and osai komi escape.
Son profil, c'est celui-là.
So the
Ça-
French
ça
girl
avance, ça attaque.
counters the opponent's sumi gaishi, ends up in uregatame for the hold down. However,
Elle va sortir.
she can't hold it down long enough to score. Nice spin through to escape that pin.
Ouh là 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 là.
Il verrouille les deux jambes en tirant sur le dos.
Start doing
Je ne suis pas certain
ulalas
que
in my
que
videos,
le
shouldn't I?
il les fait volontairement.
So here's another nice turnover, but
Il prend Tsukuma qui est disqualifié
the
par
interesting
rapport à
thing about this one was she failed to get the hold down long enough to score Ippon, just got the waza ari. There's a Huizinga roll.
Et techniquement,
Osai komi is called, and it looks pretty solid. Looks like
face au
this one is going to be over, but it's not over and out. It's just waza ari. She loses control of that arm, and soon after that, she lost
Avec
control
Sarah
of the hold down.
Léosizic.
Leave a comment to let me know which division I should cover next.